So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to do something completely different because it is raining outside and I'm sure you can hear it and it's so dark in here. Your girl had a hard time coming up with an idea for a video today, so I wanted to do something completely different, and this is a free advertisement for Zivia. Zivia, really good stuff. But today, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that I have grown and I think so different from what I used to think that it would be fun to look at some of my old videos, or at least one of my old videos, and revisit my idea, my thoughts about it, and if I still think the same way that I did back then. I personally, you probably don't know me, and I don't share a lot of personal things. What is that? What is that? I'm doing a video. School starts soon. What was I saying? So I've gone through a lot, and I've gone through a lot of different things in my life which have shaped me and helped me grow. And so I'm just curious if I think the same way that I did back then, and I'm sure I don't. I thought it'd be fun if we just looked at some of the videos, or one of my videos, and see where this video takes me. So here's the thing, with a lot of my videos, I often do them when I come to some sort of epiphany, and it's usually not a happy experience all the time. So especially during the time of these videos that I'm looking at right now, I was definitely going through a challenging time. I don't share too much about my personal life, but I will say this. I was going through a trying time within my marriage at the time, and transitioning and having to be on my own for the first time since I was 20. And that was definitely an experience for me, and it still is an experience for me, having to kind of figure out everything on my own at this point in my life. But life happens for a reason. We go through things for a reason, and it all had its purpose, it all had its meaning. And for me, I just look at it as a big journey and a lesson, and I don't take any, I'm not gonna lie, I can't say that sometimes I don't have negative feelings towards the things that I went through, but at the end of the day, I know it was all for my greatest good, and that's how I look at everything that I go through in life.
In this video, I want to talk about
that video quality.
Secret, but not only the secret, the strangest secret. If you're interested in that, please keep watching.
So at the time that I made this video, I actually was going through a huge transition in my personal life and career. I'm just going to take accountability and responsibility for my part, but I can say that I really effed up at that time. During that time, I had made some big mistakes, and I can be forgiving of myself too at that time in my life, because even though I look back, I'm like, gosh, Amber, you should have done better, you should have made different decisions, you should have done this, that, and the other. My intentions for everything that I did were good, and that's where I can rest my head. Is that the saying? And I think that's important for all of us, is if we might not do everything right when it comes to parenting, life, career, relationships, whatever it is. We might not do everything right, but when you go into these things with good intentions, it's okay. You can forgive yourself, and it's okay because your intentions were good. We are human beings. We are going to make mistakes. We are not, it is what it is. But when you can own it, you can learn from it and grow from it. That's the big thing. that's the huge thing, is when you can grow from it and you learn from it. You know, I went into a lot of the things, especially at that time in my life, with good intentions. The execution didn't come out as planned for sure, but you know, I had good intentions. And so I'm talking about The Strangest Secret in this video. And The Strangest Secret is by Earl Nightingale, and people don't often talk about The Strangest Secret. They talk about The Secret, the movie, but before The Secret, the movie, the mainstream movie, there was The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And it's obviously not a movie. It was made, I don't know, in the 40s. I'm probably like butchering the time that it was made, but it was a while ago. I don't know, probably the 40s or something. I think it was like after the Great Depression. I don't even know. History was not my thing in school. Oh, it was like a video, not a video recording. A voice recording of Earl Nightingale sharing about The Strangest Secret, which is pretty much what he's talking about. Think and Grow Rich, law of attraction, all those things that go hand in hand. He's talking about that in that recording. The one thing that he mentions is that, you know, you can plant a seed in your mind, your subconscious. I don't think he says subconscious, but you can plant a seed in your mind, whether you plant, you know, corn, or he mentions a poison. I forget exactly what the poison was, but if you cultivate that in your mind, that corn will grow in great abundance in your subconscious mind, in your mind. And so will the poison if you cultivate it. And so you have to be very discerning of what you plant into your mind and your subconscious. And I really, really enjoy that voice recording that he does. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, definitely check that out.
A picture I did on Instagram, and it piqued my interest because I think it's important to go after your dreams, seek your goals, set goals, and to live life.
When I made this video too, I believe I was going through a huge transition. I had just moved into that apartment not too long ago. Yeah. Oh yeah. I had just moved into that apartment. And so a lot of things were going through my mind, especially when it came to my goals and the life that I wanted to live. And that was tough, because when your foundation, and I can't even call it a foundation, when your life is shaken like it was at that point in my life, you just don't know what your future holds. Like, that's scary. Like, that's a scary place to be. I put on a brave face. I look at myself, I don't recognize her, and that's strange to me. But I do put on a brave face, but I was scared. I did not know where my life was going to take me. Especially during that time too, it was almost like every week of my life seemed like it was going in a really, so especially at that point in my life, I felt like every week of my life looked so different, and that my life was actually going in a different direction than it was the week prior. That's how chaotic my life was. I felt, especially at that time, so alone. So alone. And I'm being really vulnerable right now, but I felt so alone. And I was like, but I kept holding to the vision. That was one thing. That was 2019, August 20. That was almost a year ago. Wow. That's amazing. But at that time too, that was one thing that I was holding on to, is the vision. I was holding on to my vision. Deep down inside, I didn't know if I could pull this off, but I was holding on to the vision that I had for myself at that time. And I think that we all go through things like that in life, where we feel, especially when it's something so ground shaking that happens in your life, such a huge transition, and you're like, can I still hold to my dreams, my goals, that vision that I have for myself? And and I think, and this is the thing, and this is hugely important, when you're going through that, when you're going through huge transitions, when you're going through something traumatic in your life, it is important, it is dire to have something to hold on to have hope,
Amazing. It shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be like a prison, you know. So I wanted to talk about that because I think it's important. What I responded with that comment, it wasn't a negative comment whatsoever, but it was just a comment that made me think. And what I responded is that, we only have one shot at this life. Why not go for it?
So at the time that I did make this video, I had just launched Magical Beauty. And I think that's what prompted it, because people were like, oh, you got a cosmetic line, like why you starting a new business and stuff like that. People had things to say about me getting my grind on. And I mean, it was hard. But here's the thing, it's funny because I don't so much promote Magical Beauty like I used to, but I have repeat customers and I have rave reviews about our products, and it is what it is, and I still enjoy it. It's a little, I have to be honest, it's hard for me to work. It's a hard business to work. Takes a lot of capital, but products are amazing. I'm just saying. Two, you also, at that time when you're going through a hard transition, is to give yourself permission to explore. And when you're so attached to things, because like I said, at that point when I made that, and like months prior, huge ground shaking transition for me, both personally and career wise. So I had, like most people, attached my identity to these things, and for the first time in my life, lost all of it. And so I was like, okay, who is Amber? What do I like to do? Like, what am I outside of these things? Because I need to know what I'm dealing with here. That's where I was at, and it was huge for me. It was scary. It was a lot of crying. I was on that apartment floor crying a lot of days. It was hard, and having to rediscover who I really was, and I'm still doing that to this day. But it was beautiful at the same time. I look back at that, don't recognize her, but I look back at that time and I'm like, gosh, it was so necessary. It was so necessary. And even now, it's like I have hard days. It is hard, but I feel so much better with me and who I am. And I was associating Amber to all of this outside external things that really had nothing to do with me. Other people's opinions and what they thought of me. And that's what prompted that video, is what other people thought of me. And I had to rest in my own sovereignty, my own power. Like, this is me. I'm Amber. I don't need your opinions. I don't need your approval. I am not this person, and I am not this job. I am not all of these things. I know who I am, and at the end of the day, that's what really matters. That's what really matters. And reconnecting with me and loving me. you know? Gosh, that was tough. Not even a month ago, I'm still having people trying to tell me who I am, how I should be, how I should act, and how I need to be for other people. That was the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing in my life. How I needed to be for grown people. And that's not fair to me. Like, why do I need to change myself for grown people so they can live in their greatness and I'm over here suffering? That was an interesting period of my life, and so necessary. We go through things to experience and to feel and to grow and move on. And you know, I don't regret things. I mean, was it hard? Was it challenging? Yes. Did I feel like some of the days where I felt like, you know, wow? Yes, that happened. But at this point in my life, right now, this present moment, anything that I go through, I'm like, this too shall pass. You know, people say that all the time, and I didn't really realize that, like, what they were really saying, but it's so true. At this point, I'm like, this too shall pass. You know, this feeling, these feelings that I'm feeling right now that hurt so much, it hurts. This too shall pass. Anyways, you guys, I think that's all for this video. I'm looking at it and it's like 23 minutes, but I'm gonna edit a lot of this stuff out anyways. But I think this is a long enough video for today, and man, it took me back. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, if you do not know who I am, my name is Amber Turner, and I am the author of You Choose Your Outfit, with outfit being the metaphor for your reality and experience. I'm also the CEO of the Censored Apparel brand, and we believe in being bold, being loud, and being confident. And you know what? In this video, I want to give away my book. I want to give away my book to someone who comments below, who is the first person to comment below. And you have a good chance at it, I'm telling you. You have a good chance. I want to give away my book, and I hope you enjoy it because it's something that's really near and dear to me. I actually wrote it right after these transitions, and how I actually talk about some of it in the book and some of the things that I went through. So if you're interested in learning more about that, comment below, or you can find out more in the link below as well. Anyways, you guys, I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will check you. Fly! And I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.